Talk to me more about your business. So you have a mobile bartending company?
Yes. So I haven't been running it like a business. It's just kind of been like I went on social media, I bought a bar, bought mixers,
Mm.
had a bartender license, and then like in 2018 it used to be me and a partner, and we separated kind of like with COVID, and everything. Like I did taxes where we filed as a partnership before, but then when everything kind of separated, I didn't do anything about it, and just kind of like just been running a business, but it needs to be put on track. Um, I lack the knowledge of it. I've been trying to like learn, but I think it just kind of like goes over my head a little bit. So I've just been trying to find like the best way to do things, especially this year, with me working at the bar where the goal of the company is to turning into a staffing agency where I bring on employees, pay them. I deal with a lot of cash, so it's not really a lot of money that was ever transferred through a bank statement. Majority of my payments have went through Cash App and Zelle. I mean, Cash App and Venmo. So I don't know if that can ever backfire in the long run for not reporting those or not knowing how to report those. Um, and that's I mean, I could ramble all day. Basically, I'm very unorganized. The business is like but the business is booming and it's a lot of cash flow. And I just want to make sure I'm running it as a business with quarterlies, being able to not be audited because yeah, the end.
Okay. Great, great. How much do you think you're making now per month?
If I had to say, if that's not including, which I also need to make sure my profit and like spending as well is equaling up, but it's roughly about
Okay.
majority cash, cash
That's
and cash
good.
app.
Yeah, yeah. So that's like
Yeah. And
since
it just started within the last 2 months
great, great.
where it
And
just picked
is
up crazy.
okay. Is it just you or do you have any like employees and contractors that help you?
Not on contract though. That's the thing. It's just kind of like grabbing people who know how to bartend. I'm like, hey, let's go make some money. But it's very sloppily ran. And then I work for a Champ City bar, which is like one of the bars out here. And the owner basically asked if my business was legalized because she would like to basically contract my business so that she doesn't have to worry about employees. And basically they pay me and then I pay the employees. But then it was just that moment when it was like she's a real businesswoman that she's like talking to me and it's like I'd be like, oh, business, business, business. But then it was like, oh, like, excuse me, I'm sorry, excuse my language. I
So
don't have, I mean, I don't even know what's even going on with the DBA anymore because it used to be a partnership. And then when I filed taxes, it was very hard for me to like claim things. And I think I was dealing with an accountant that was kind of like confused with me as well. So it's just been a lot of bad reporting and I already know it's gonna backfire. So I just want to get everything back on track.
okay. Number one thing you need to change is how you collect money.
Okay.
Um,
What do you recommend as far as collecting money?
well, all of your so you get paid 100% in person, right?
So what I usually do is I do a deposit and I send an invoice out, but I notice a lot of people are like, "Oh, I'll just cash at Venmo Zelle." Um, and then it's like when I get there, they'll either pay cash for the remaining deposit. And each event, I usually charge about $300 if it's a basic event, and then it goes up to anywhere about $800. So I always do half first, and then remaining half when I arrive. But yeah, it's not being collected in a way that I can report it really, because Cash App is confusing.
Right, right. So I would say you could use Stripe or you could use Square to do your invoicing, and then they'll pay it, and then it'll hit your bank account because it's connected to your bank, and then you can collect the other half after everything is said and done. And I'm sure you can do everything from your phone too.
Yeah.
People are going to try to pay you through quick pay and all that, but that's just because that's how everyone else conducts business. But you could say, look, this is how I do things. Um, Everything's professional, not just the service, but even how I collect money and how I invoice. You're going to get an invoice, you're going to receive a receipt, the whole nine. And once you start to do that, that's going to clean up a lot of things. And now you're going to have a really good track of the money that you're making
Yeah.
within your business. And now you could even, file your taxes properly, get like the PPP and all those things properly. You have everything documented the right way, and grow your business to the point where you can now go to the bank and get like an actual bank loan at a really good interest rate.
That's the goal.
Yeah, because now that everything's starting to open back up, your business is going to take off. People are starving to party
Oh
and do
my gosh.
events, so it's gonna be crazy. You're gonna be
Yeah.
you could be booked. I don't know. Well, I don't know how California does it. I would think that you have opportunity to possibly be booked 7 days a week because
Yeah, I
there's
noticed
events.
majority of the events seem to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like mainly Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But
Right,
yeah, it's been like 5 to 6 events. And then I also have a champagne cart, the 360 photo booth. So I mean, all those are just like going, but it's just basically I bought this stuff and it's like, oh, who wants it? And it's like, but I need to conduct it way better than what it's doing.
right. So essentially, in a perfect world, you want to run your business to where if there's 5 or 6 events happening in one day, you have a team that's going to each event,
Yeah.
and you're overseeing everything. And then once you grow even bigger, you hire a manager and they oversee everything, and you can go to Tulum or something.
Yes. I need that now.
You're right.
But yes, that's
But it, it,
exactly the
it takes
goal.
time. It takes time to build to that level. And
Absolutely.
if you have that vision and you have that mindset of, okay, this is where I want to be, then now it's like, how do I outline to get there? Then you'll eventually get there. It's just a matter of time. I think a lot of times we don't really know what we're doing. We're just doing,
Yeah.
just waking up every day and working. But what's our actual goal? Where are we trying to actually move towards? Is essentially what needs to happen. So yeah,
That's
you're in a
awesome.
really good place, and I think that your business has a lot of opportunity to like not just make 6 figures, but make 250, 500,000 a year, probably even way more.
Manifesting all look, I'm claiming all of that right now. Manifesting it. Yeah,
Right,
no, I mean, it's like I kind of just like woke up when I heard the news, like, oh, it's like orange tier, and then it was like blown up in notification. I was like, wow. As I just wanted to give up. So I'm just like, let's roll with it. So this year, yeah, I don't know if you know Brittany Nicole. She does Taste Vita.
hmm
That's who
one
she's
of our
always
our
posting you.
clients.
Yeah, she's always posting you how much knowledge you give, how like amazing you guys are. So it's like, let's do this, let's go ahead
Right.
and do this. Yeah,
No, definitely. No, she's great people. I love her energy. I love how
amazing.
if you like say, hey, this is what you should do, she's all ears and she's ready to just do it. And she
Yeah,
executes extremely well. So she's very easy to work with and everything. So
I hope I
but
can be
yeah,
the
so if
same
you if
way.
you come through her, then I already know that, you're somebody that's really taking your business extremely seriously,
Very,
you
yes.
know. Okay, so you told me pretty much how much you're making per week. Um,
But I can honestly
you-
say it's so hard. Like I know she asked me to show 6 months of bank statements.
who showed you? Who asked you to show that?
A girl had called. Oh my god,
Oh, Shamia. Okay, yeah,
Shamia, yes.
yeah,
She had called just to just kind of get the little black background and everything, and yeah. She asked for the 6 months. I was like kind of looking at the 6 months, and no, there is no six because I pretty much I was just running it anywhere that I was running it wrong, very wrong. So there's actually not like 6 months worth of anything in there really, but I can still send it over, but I don't know how to show the real profit of everything. I was reading something that was saying like you could pay yourself as an employee, like because I make so much cash, like it's a lot of cash, like tips cash. The payment at the bar was cash until they're looking to put everybody on payroll because I didn't have my stuff together so that they can contract the business. But I think trying to report the cash is, or not even. want to say that, not like report all of it, but like if there's a way, like I was reading something where it said like, oh, pay yourself weekly with your cash and just deposit it into your bank account. But
Yeah,
I figure I want to talk to somebody who knows what they're doing. So I'm
right.
not like, one.
I've worked with a lot of cash businesses, and I don't really like the cash businesses because whenever you get the money, it's real easy to either lose it or just spend it real quick, right?
It,
So,
say that again.
right. So if you collect it through like a merchant where they're swiping their card and they're giving it to you, or you're sending them an invoice and they're paying you, that money automatically goes directly into your account, and now you can manage it better versus sitting on, let's say, 10 grand, and now I got to go drive to the bank and go deposit it, and now they're going to hit me with fees because I deposited over their
Limit.
limit. You know,
Yeah.
you already know about their cash processing fees that they charge
Yeah.
and stuff. So it just makes, and then on top of that, whenever you're trying to expand your business and go find funding and things like that from the bank, they want to see a really good trail of income,
Paper trail, exactly.
right? So
I
all
feel like
those
I have to
things
write that
matter.
down. Paper trail is like huge and underline that.
A lot of times we don't want to do the paper trail because we don't want to
I don't want to do the work, but
show
I
the
need to.
government what we're doing, pay taxes and stuff like that. But there's ways to where you can set up a really good accounting system, and now all those things are beyond, like it's not an issue because now you can really plan out your money, and if you implement the right tax planning strategies, then now you don't even have to pay a large amount of money in taxes. So I'd advise everybody, you just really do everything the right way, have everything documented properly, and
Just
things tend to
just
end
start
up
a
being better
second
for you.
bucket.
Right. I would say you should implement what we just spoke about for like a couple months,
Okay.
and then let's come back. What is it? May
May 12th.
12th. We can come back together around like June, like the middle of June, and
June.
see
Okay.
how that's been
How
going.
everything's going.
Right. And then by that time, you should have a really good foundation of for us to just jump in and get you going and like shoot you
Got you.
at that next level. What do you think about
Got you.
that?
I like that. So basically, just start today, change how I collect money. I do Square, and then it just pays out to my bank account, which I just started a couple of weeks ago, not like a month ago. Um, Basically, all payments need to be done through invoices so I can collect a receipt. Paper trail is important.
Right.
And then, yeah, and then we'll check back in June 12th, and
Well,
then
July
oh,
12th.
July 12th.
Right.
Because I'm assuming right now it's a little bit too much to like throw on you guys right now. Because like it's not really, nothing's being documented, nothing's being like done properly. So it's probably too, it's not worth it, or it's not worth the time until I get it together, right?
Well, it would be a lot more work, and we'd probably have to charge you a lot more.
Yeah,
So I was just
get it
like, you know
together
what?
first and then come
Right.
back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just to save you on some of that money.
No, absolutely. It's basically, yes, taking it more serious. And then even in July, I mean, even to start services once everything's like done and go, what's fees? Because and then also, do you guys? I should have read more. I kind of just like read what Brittany was doing, and then I was like, oh, so like go straight to EFS. But I want to make sure. Do you guys just do accounting services? Do you guys do bookkeeping by any chance for quarterlies and stuff?
Yeah, yeah. We do pretty much anything you can think of that's
Everything.
finance related for a business. So it could be accounting, bookkeeping, it could be payroll. We help our clients pay their bills like rent and things of that nature, bills towards vendors. For some of our clients, we help them collect money. There's some clients that we help them with their cash flow as far as like they're making a bunch of money, but they're not really seeing it. So we help put together a really good customized plan to
Okay.
really help them to start to see that their money more.
Okay.
We do tax planning, tax preparation, tax resolution.
All
So
in.
if you know anybody that owes money, we've helped people literally settle with the IRS for like really good amounts or whatnot. So yeah, we offer a lot of different services. So it really just depends. I guess what we would do is we would have another discovery call where we would kind of go through what are the things that you need immediately right now that we should implement, and then we can customize like a plan, a package together for you, and then attack that. And then once we've solved that problem, then now we move on to the next, and we move on to the next. So it's a relationship. I like to tell people because we're working with you monthly, and we're
Absolutely.
helping you build your business from the financial side, right? So I like to say we're your partner without equity, because we partner with all of our clients. We have a real invested interest in all of our clients. So yeah.
I love that. No, I love that. So I know I need to get back on my stuff and get serious and stop just playing games. So yeah, I can't wait. So I mean, I'm gonna jump on it. Make sure I'm gonna redo everybody's who've already booked events. I'm gonna redo everything and just make sure invoices you have got to pay through an invoice. Now, do you recommend Cash App at all, or don't even worry about Cash App?
I guess you could do Cash App from time to time. You just want to make sure that it's not underneath your personal name. It's underneath your business name. So you would want to create a business Cash
Oh,
App. And then you would also want to make sure that you're noting what's happening. So if someone's sending you money, you need to be able to go through your Cash App and see why are they sending me money. For IRS purposes, the IRS, if they audit you, they want to know, did this person send you money just because they're a friend of yours, or are they paying for a service? There has to be some kind of proof, which is why I was saying whenever you send an invoice, it clearly shows this is what each person is paying for. Here are the services, here are the products that they're paying for, and here's the money that I'm charging, right? So the client now, once they pay you, they get a receipt back with all those that in there as well. So now they have an idea of, okay, here's what I've paid for, here's how much everything is. So now if I want to use you again, I already kind of know a ballpark of what I might be paying depending upon what I need. So
Once I see Brittany say, like, I mean, she's literally on there, like, I love everything that you guys have taught her. Like, I mean, she's the GOAT right now. Like, she is the GOAT. Like,
she's ahead of her time. She told me how old she was, and I was like, man, you're doing so much. You're not even
you're not even 30 yet. Like, whoa. Like, yeah. So
like she's killing
she's
it.
so I
She's
mean, it's
killing
like I knew once like watching that and how knowledgeable she became over time. And I mean, she's always been in business, but it was just like it was meant like right when I seen her post, I was like, who in the world is helping you? She was like EFS. I'm like,
it.
so
That's
no, I'm super excited. I'm like excited. I mean, I think you know what this is really huge for business owners or people who are like, trying to take business more seriously. So this is huge. I'm excited. I just can't wait now. So I will definitely. So middle of July when I come bothering you, just reach out again and we'll start all over and just see where we're going and just send my last 6 months of bank statements.
you don't have to send the last 6 months. You can just send the last 2 months or whatnot. Yeah,
I'll buy a lot. Yeah, last two.
right. And then we can just get that thing started. So, man, I'm excited that you reached out.
Mhm.
I'm always excited when people reach out because I my whole goal. Obviously, you want to make money in doing business, but for me, it's more so about how
Helping
many
people.
people can we impact, right? How many businesses can we help? Because if we help you, and then now you're able to go hire more people, especially people that look like us.
Yeah, that I always try to leave the whole black thing, but I this is the main reason why I'm here because it's like it is. I feel like I've had accountants that kind of just like writes whatever and that is like there's no helping, there's no explaining what they're doing, and I'm over here just like here, this is what I got, and it's like okay, we'll just do this, and then I'm like realizing I'm like even when I went to go get a car, I'm like when how am I only reporting this? And then I realized cash doesn't mean nothing out here. Like they
Nothing.
say cash is king, but no, not in 2021, not even lately. Like credit, bank account, I mean money, cash flow going in is huge. So do you recommend me for right now though to start depositing money weekly into my account, like
Most
cash?
definitely. Yes, please.
And
As soon
how
as,
much would you
as soon as
recommend?
we,
Because the thing is, it's I don't want to it's I'm not gonna act like I'm over here like El Chapo or anything, but it's a lot of it's roughly yes, it's been about 2,200 to 2,500 a week,
right.
and I just want to know how much should I pay myself weekly until I
Okay.
can get back with you.
I see. Okay. So the number one thing you need to do is you need to list out how much money do you need to sustain your personal expenses, right? So you need to figure out how much does my rent cost, how much does my utilities cost, if I have any student loans, how much is that? So you list out all those things on a sheet of paper.
Are they forgiving that yet? I'm just kidding.
I think, from what I'm hearing, there's a good chance that at least a portion of it might get forgiven.
Nothing
Um,
wrong with that. Okay.
right. But you want to list all that out and you want to add all that up, right? So let's say it's $5,000 a month that you need for your personal living.
Yeah.
Now you have a really good figure for how much you need to now keep out of the 2,500. And then once you add all that up, you start to see, oh wow, I'm actually spending a lot of money in this area. Let me cut this out, or let me cut it in half. If I'm eating out at Uber Eats and I know the fees are hitting me,
Oh,
let me,
tax write off.
right. So you
Yeah.
start to see how much money you're actually spending in certain areas, and now you can cut that down. But that'll give you a good ballpark of how much money you actually need to take out of the 2,500 each week.
Gotcha.
And then now you can now move that to your personal account. I would say you might want to deposit it all into your business account and then do a transfer from your business account to your personal account
Love that.
for
Okay.
that amount each week.
So just deposit the whole thing then.
Deposit the whole thing. Yes. Do you get paid? Well, you get paid 4 days a week, right? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So from the bar, they pay. So they usually pay daily. They pay you your hourly, and then you keep your cash tips, and then bottle service and credit card tips they give once a week, and that's the one that's like the lump sum. So, but it's always cash.
Okay.
If I
So
understand correctly.
obviously you can't. I wouldn't advise you to deposit it right after because it's too late at night, right? So
Yeah,
the next morning or the next afternoon,
wake up and just throw it all in a business account,
right? And
and
you
then
don't even have to go into the bank. You can just deposit. Well, depending
at
upon how much money it
ATM.
is, ATM, yeah. Or I'm sure y'all have the ATMs where you put it into a thing, and then it shoots up
Just shoots it.
to the teller. Yeah,
It's funny, I only see that out of town. California, for some reason, needs to get better, like, because I think I see are you in Chicago?
I'm in Texas, Houston.
Texas, okay, see, all the Midwest, down all the states that I've been to, they all have that. I'm like, "Why doesn't California have this?" And we're just standing at the ATM
Right.
like that. So, um, business bank account, throw everything in there,
Yeah.
and you said pay myself and or transfer to my personal account, just whatever I think as far as expenses for right now.
So if you, let's say, like I was saying, it was, let's say $4,000 a month, right? So then that means, you would divide that by the weeks in that month,
Yeah,
which would be $1,000. So $1,000 out of that 2,500 would be for your personal. Uh,
gotcha.
So you just got to figure out how much do you need to survive, and then divide that by four or however many, because some months have 5 weeks in it, some months have three. Divided by the amount of weeks within that month, and then transfer the money to your personal
Got
account.
it. How in the world did you teach me like years of learning in literally less than 30 minutes?
It's
I'm on it.
years of doing this, I guess. So
Yeah,
that's
literally like an e-hug right now. You are literally the best right now. So nothing but blessings are coming your way because I mean, this is huge. Like, I mean, there's so many entrepreneurs that are dying for this information or just this type of help and assistance. So I'm excited to start with you. I mean, I'm gonna be so on it, have everything ready that I mean, middle of July, it's like, let's get going. Let's do this.
right. No, I appreciate you. I appreciate your time, your energy, your willingness to actually listen and want to implement this. And I'm actually looking forward to following up with you. Once we meet up again in 2 months, seeing how
Yeah,
everything's working. Because I'm thinking once you really do this, you're gonna start to see your money just increase and
flourish.
accumulate, and you're gonna start to see a lot more organization within your money. And I
Yeah,
think once you build this is the foundation of everything, right? Once you
yeah.
build this, then now it's upward and onward from there. Now there's so many different things that you can do.
I love that. I love that a lot. I mean, you literally just made my whole day. I love this a lot. Like, I'm just like excited. Thank you. Like, so much. So
No,
middle of July, I mean, I'm literally jumping on it the moment we even end this call. Like, I'm like, okay, everybody, like, time to switch up the way we doing things. Wait, should I just keep rolling with the process that we just started with right now? And then when we link up in July, maybe kind of help me out with like get the employees rolling and everything, or is that moving too fast?
no, that's a good question. So with the employees, you
I
can
am paying
do
people a lot of money, so
right. So you could. How do you pay them right now?
usually through Cash App.
Okay,
Cash App their hourly when they help out, and I usually charge. I mean, I usually pay them $25 an hour, which is gonna change, but it's
okay.
that right now.
So you do the calculation at the end of the night, and then you send it to them that night, or do you wait till the next day?
I just send it that night because people be like, "Where my money?" So annoying. People
Understandable,
like let you go
understandable.
to sleep. Like, where's my money?
Right. So no, you can do the same thing. You can pay them that night, and you can also do Cash App. I'm fine with you doing Cash App. Just set up, like I was saying, set up the business one.
Okay, business Cash App.
Yeah, set it up in your name, and then now you can pay them through the business account because the business Cash App is going to be linked to your business account, and then now it's going to leave. Well, so here's the thing: if you're paying them that night before you deposited the money, you have to have money in the account in order to do that, right? So you would either need to have a cushion already, or you would need to tell them like, "Hey, this is my policy. I'll pay you by noon the next day."
Basically,
If
put
you
my
can work that out with them, that actually might be better for you. And if you already have people that you've been working with for a long time that trust you, that
communication.
shouldn't really be an issue. I think a lot of times it's an issue whenever people don't get paid, right? When they're expecting to be paid and that person that they worked for has, stiffed them and, just ran out on them.
Yeah.
But you're not that kind of business owner. So
No, not at all. So I think it's all about communication. Like, hey guys, I got you guys tomorrow. Thank you for everything. That makes sense. Communication is key.
yeah, and you could even say, "Hey, I have an accountant now. I'm getting everything organized. This is the policy and the procedures that we want to do moving forward. But I think this is going to really help you guys as well because it's just going to be a lot more organized. You're going to know if you work with me on the weekends. Every week, the following day that you did the work, you're going to get paid the amount of work that you did. So now, instead of you having to sit there that night and calculate how much money you need to pay them, you can do that the next day.
Perfect. I
So
like
y'all can
get
leave.
to sleep.
Right.
So, and then my last question, if I was to switch, so doing business as it used to be Pretty Young Tenders, which I hated the name, but I had a partner and it used to be a partnership, but I'm switching the DBA now to just PY Tenders. Do you recommend bringing on employees and stuff? I do have, if it matters or not, but I have general liability insurance and then a liquor liability insurance. Do you, which protects me if anything happens or somebody gets too drunk and messes up, but or if one of the girls gets mad and punches one of the people, I don't know, whatever happens, it's like it's protected. But do you recommend that I refile this business or not refile, but do you recommend that I do business as an LLC or leave it still as a sole proprietor?
It's a great question. You're currently set up as a sole proprietorship, right?
Right now, yeah. It
Okay.
used to be a partnership in 2018, but yeah, 2019, 2020 was a sole proprietor.
Okay.
So yeah,
So yeah, so you're at the point now where you need to create at least at minimum an LLC
okay.
because this is no longer a hobby. Like you're making really good money, and also the industry that you're in, you want to make sure that you're separating the liability from you because right now everything, like you said, falls on you. If anything was to happen, they could sue you and take all of your personal assets that they can get their hands on, right? But if you conduct everything through an LLC and that LLC has its own business account, you're now separating everything from yourself, right? So now everything is operating as a business and you just happen to be the owner of that business,
Got
So
it. I love
you
that.
definitely want to do that actually ASAP, because
Jump
God
on it like
forbid anything was to happen,
today.
right now everything's kind of falling on you. So then you would go get your business insurances and have everything underneath that, so yeah.
Got it. Well, thank you so much for everything. Like literally. I mean, just my little doodle pad is like ready to go to work. Like I'm about to just check off all
Oh,
my
you
little
wrote all that just now, today?
yeah, literally as we were like talking. And I kind of just chicken scratch it. That's how I used to be in college. I'm like, I'll like just listen and just write down what was like important. Like,
Yeah,
but I mean everything was important. So I'm I'm ready. I'm so excited.
I
I
love
mean,
it.
I just feel like it just reminded me, like, okay, this is business now, and to take on this. It's time to get serious, serious. So,
Yeah.
yeah, July, I'm like so excited. I will see you in the middle of July. I'll be right here. Like, you got your coffee? Okay, let's talk. So, no, I'm super excited. So,
No,
yeah,
definitely.
right when we get off the phone, I'm gonna go ahead and you think LegalZoom's okay for LLC, or should I just go down to the county clerks?
LegalZoom is cool, but I am also a big proponent of using a lawyer.
Get a lawyer.
That's
Okay.
the right way. So if you do have any
You
business
guys
lawyers,
don't do that, right?
say it again.
You guys don't do that, right?
We used to do it until I realized that I'm not a lawyer, so I shouldn't be doing it.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha.
So I mean, I'm sure we were doing it pretty good, but there were things that we were leaving out that I'm sure a lawyer would properly keep in place. But it wasn't like we left it out on purpose. We just didn't know, right? So things like stock certificates and bylaws and
Like
operating
that.
agreements, things
It's
that,
more, huh? Oh my God.
right,
It's so much.
the legalese aspect of things, right? So,
I
if
love,
you have a really good business lawyer that you want to contact, if not, I have some people that I could plug you with as well. So I
yeah.
can send you an email.
Yeah, if you want to, whenever you have a free moment, if you want to send me a couple of business lawyers, I would love that. I would love to just jump on it and just kind of just get everything taken care of and I'm just start in motion. Like I'm just all like I'm like that person. Like once it's like I figured it out, it's like okay, let's do it. Like everything needs to be done like today. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I'm down. Like if you can send me a couple or anybody that you'd recommend. I don't know if it matters. That it's like a service business. It's basically just mobile bartending, doing. And you're pretty familiar, right? Yeah, and
Mhm.
any events. So whatever you recommend, I'm trusting. Like I'm literally putting the whole business in your hands. Please. I can't take the stress
Covered.
anymore. 'Cause I'm literally like sitting here like I thought I knew all this stuff, and I kind of just feel like it's just I don't know anything. So
No, I definitely got you covered. I appreciate you once again. So I have to ask you one more time. So it's okay if I use this like
use whatever.
promotion? Okay.
Yes, yes, you're good, 100%.
Okay. Great. Great.
Thank you so much, and you have a great day. Okay.
All right. You too.
Yeah. Thank you.